So guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the post-marathon come down. And you may be thinking, Reese, what on earth are you talking about? And maybe only the people that have ran a marathon or done a specific event will truly understand or maybe can relate. And if you can, make sure you drop a comment down below for me as well. So I know that I'm not the only person that experiences this, but there's a good chance that you watching this have also felt the same about the post-marathon come down. And I just wanted to give some tips and advice on how to get yourself back on top, because it's very simple, okay? Your marathon is a one-day event in your calendar. However, 12, 16, 20 weeks before that particular event, you are training, you're in preparation mode, and you will essentially build a lot of your time and schedule around those training sessions. You'll have a routine, you'll have a habit, you'll be on point with potentially diet and nutrition. It will be all encompassing, all consuming for those preparations leading into the big day itself. And of course, race day comes, the event comes, everything that you've been working towards, the excitement, the adrenaline, it all shows up on the day. And hopefully you cross the finish line. And when you cross the finish line, you know there is more than likely going to be a brand new finisher's t-shirt. There's going to be a medal, and there is going to be a good amount of the rest of that day where you're feeling so accomplished, euphoric, probably sore if you've put in a good shift, but just feeling, so many different emotions. You're on such a high come finishing your marathon, because it's that realization of all that training that you did and what you've obviously just set out and achieved. It's massive. You ride that wave for a good few hours once you cross that line. However, it's those days after the event that I myself, after running, Loch Ness, which was the last video, if you've not seen that, go check it out now. I struggled as well, and you kind of lose a sense of purpose. And I don't think enough people talk about this, and it can be very hard to get yourself back into a routine and back on top. So in this video, I'm just going to give you 5 tips on how to break through the post-marathon come down. So tip number 1 for your post-marathon come down is just take some rest. Allow your body some time to recover. Between 7 and 14 days, again, depending on how you feel, obviously, when you cross the line, but 7 to 14 days just to allow the inflammation in your body, the lactic acid, the cramps, any kind of niggles or injuries that you may have picked up. You definitely want to make sure that, the body can flush those out of the system before you get back into any kind of running or serious training. Your body is going to need that bit of time. Think of all the weeks that you went into training preparations, and of course, time on feet during the event itself. So don't be scared to take a little bit of recovery and get your body primed and ready for its next training block. Tip number 2 is to set yourself a new goal, because I can probably guarantee that when you had your marathon booked in the calendar, you created new habits, new routines, probably saw a commitment level from yourself that you've never seen before, maybe discipline that you've never experienced before as well. And those things are so important for us as individuals. So actually, having some time to sit down and think, and again, if you wanted to do another run, another marathon, look at the calendar, look at the schedule, look at potential events that spark and pique your interest, and book something else. Have things in the diary for you to work towards, because that's going to give your training purpose and intention, and it's going to force you to level up.
Hey? Park run, how long? 5k, didn't it? Last minute entry!
So, tip number 3 is to go away and work on your weaknesses. So, if you have plans and intentions of maybe doing another running event, another marathon, you want to assess the previous one, the first one that you did, the last one that you did, and understand what could be better. What could you improve on? Was there an element of your run that you felt weak, fatigued, didn't feel strong? Could have that improvement point. And those are the kind of things now that with your next training block, you put those plans in place, which again gives training purpose, intention, meaning you can progress. And in your next attempt of a run or marathon, you will be in a more primed position as long as you put in that work. Tip number 4, get yourself into the gym and do some weight training or resistance training. Because again, when you're in preparation for a marathon, you will focus a lot of your training around running. And there's probably going to be a period of time before your next event or your next marathon. Use that time inside the gym to build the muscles, to build the strength, because those sessions in the gym, they're going to give your training focus, purpose, and intention as always. It's going to keep you in the routine of training that you was in when you was in prep mode, but also it's going to really benefit your future runs. I cannot stress how important resistance training plays in a good and structured running training program. Any athlete out there, whether they are a professional or whether they're a beginner, they should and will be doing an element of weight and resistance training in the gym. fifth and final tip for the post-marathon come down, and this one's very simple. Once your body has recovered from your last event, get yourself back out onto the roads and get back into the running and the routine, because I can guarantee that a lot of the runs that you would have done in preparation for your marathon actually served and helped you so much with your mental health and how you feel. So I've seen people that will complete events and then they will not run for a good 6, 7 or 8 months outside of that, which is fine if that's their goal. However, if you are somebody that truly benefits from running from a physical or mental health standpoint, then ensure that you make that still a non-negotiable. You may not be going through a preparation or a training block, but keep a level of running in your weekly routine and understand how good that you feel when you do your runs, and just make sure that you can continue to make time for the things that make you feel amazing.